Hello. My name's Dora Ivir. I'm 35 years old and I'm from Croatia. I live in the city of Dubrovnik in the south of Croatia. I'm an accountant and I work for a company that makes office furniture. I'm married. My husband, Rudolf, works in a hospital as a radiologist. We've got 2 children, a son and a daughter. In my free time, I play tennis, I do yoga, and I go sailing with my family.
I'm going to the shop now. We need some bread.
Oh, I think the shop closes at 4 on Sundays.
The director wants to talk to Katrine, but I don't know where she is.
I believe she's having lunch at the moment. She usually goes for lunch at 1:30.
I'm making a cup of coffee now. Do you want one?
No, thanks. I don't like coffee. I prefer tea.
Can I ask you a few questions, please?
Okay.
What's your name?
It's Charlie Bell.
Okay. And what do you do?
I'm a student.
What are you studying?
Biology.
Are you using a computer at the moment?
Yes, I am.
What sort of computer are you using? A desktop or a laptop?
A laptop.
Hi. My name's Cindy Gaskell. My husband Ryan and I own this internet cafe. I'm British, but Ryan's Irish. We've got 2 children, Melanie and Russell. Melanie's a student at Manchester University, and Russell works in Spain for a holiday company. That's Ryan over there. He's talking to Jordan Morris. Jordan's Australian, and he's a computer engineer.
Get hot. Get hungry. Get ready. Get dark. Get a letter. Get a new car. Get home. Get the bus. Get married. Get dressed. Get changed. Get lost.
You look tired.
Yes, well, I saw an advert on Friday for a jazz concert. I really wanted to see it.
When was it?
It was on Saturday afternoon. I tried to get a ticket on the internet, but there weren't any left.
So what did you do?
I went straight to the theater. I queued for 6 hours.
Did you get a ticket?
Yes, I did. I got the last one.
Again, the milk fell on Jack's trousers, but this time he didn't shout. He smiled and said, "It's okay. Accidents happen. Don't worry." He went upstairs and got changed. When he came down, Emily said, "Bye, Daddy," kissed him, and ran out to catch her bus. Jack didn't have to take her to school. He picked up his briefcase, kissed his wife, and they both left for work. He got to work early, and he had a great day.
Whose mobile is this? Is it yours, Gary?
No, it isn't mine. Maybe it's Aisha's.
No, it can't be.
Hers is green.
Wasn't Mick here earlier today?
Oh, yes, he was. It must be his then.
Who does that big car belong to?
I think it belongs to our new neighbours.
It's very big. A lot bigger than ours.
Yes, but our flat's bigger than theirs.
It's a ground floor flat. It's a first floor flat. It's spacious. It's convenient for the town centre. It's in a quiet location. It's furnished. It's unfurnished. It's got a fitted kitchen. It's got air conditioning. It's got central heating.
Cindy and Ryan are going to a party. The party's in a flat on the 5th floor of a block of flats. It's in an area that they don't know, so it took a long time to find it. Unfortunately, the lift is out of order, so now they're walking up the stairs. Cindy likes parties, but she isn't happy because she's wearing new shoes. She bought them in a shop near their cafe. They were the most expensive shoes in the shop, but they aren't very comfortable.
Oh, there's a good view from the living room. What floor are we on here?
The 3rd floor. Well, what do you think?
Well, it's in a quiet location.
Yes, it certainly isn't noisy.
It says it's close to local amenities, so I suppose it's convenient for the shops.
But it isn't very convenient for the station. What about the flat itself?
Well, it's in excellent condition, and it's furnished, so we won't need a lot of things.
There's a fitted kitchen too.
It's too dark, and this is an expensive area, so rents are high.
Yes. I'm sure we can find somewhere better for the money.
Bless you. Oh dear. That's a shame. I can imagine. What a pity. Poor you. Danger. Dangerous. Fame. Famous. Humour. Humorous. Pain. Painful. Success. Successful. Beauty. Beautiful. Intelligence. Intelligent. Patience. Patient. Importance. Important. Anger. Angry. Luck. Lucky. Health. Healthy.
Sorry to hear about your accident.
Thanks, Raj.
Have you taken the van to the garage?
Yes, I have. But I haven't collected another van. It wasn't ready.
Have you phoned the insurance company?
Yes, I have. And I've downloaded the insurance form. But I haven't filled it in yet. I hate filling in forms.
Me too.
But I've written a report about the accident.
Alain Robert likes skyscrapers. But he doesn't just like looking at them. He prefers climbing them. Last Friday, he was in Abu Dhabi, where he climbed up the Investment Authority building. It took him just 63 minutes to climb the 35 stories. The French Spider-Man, as he is called, has climbed some of the world's highest buildings, including the Empire State Building in New York and the Petronas Towers in Kuala Lumpur. Alain has often been in trouble with the police, as he's usually breaking the law when he climbs things. He's been in prison in several countries. When he reached the top of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, the police were waiting for him and arrested him. He doesn't use any ropes or safety nets, and he doesn't wear a helmet. He just uses his own hands and feet. I'm not really interested in the fame, but I like the danger, he says. I gamble with my life. So far, I've been lucky, but I know that one day I'll lose.
$325.
5 million.
28,000.
95%.
21.7.
4,932.
$3 million.
40 billion euros.
8.2%.
3 quarters.
7,036.
A half.
Keep fit. Warm up. Do some stretching exercises. Lift weights. Pull a muscle. Injure your back. Eat a healthy diet. Lose weight. Cut down on sugar. Take vitamins. Give up smoking.
Hi, Lucy. We're going to meet in the pub for lunch today. Do you want to join us?
No, sorry. Look at all this work. I'm going to be very busy today, so I'll probably get a sandwich and eat it at my desk.
I watched a TV program last night. It said that in the future, robots will do most of the work in offices.
Really? That'll be good.
Yes, but it said that office life will be very different, because the robots won't have normal human emotions.
Lucy, I need 3 copies of the finance report by 11 o'clock.
Okay, Olive. I'll photocopy it now. Robots won't make any difference in this office, Daniel. I've already got one as a boss.
First, we're going to think about our backs. We all spend a lot of time at desks, in cars and aeroplanes, or just in front of the TV. This isn't good for your spine, and you'll probably get backache. This simple exercise will help. Lie on the floor on your stomach. Put your arms by your side with your palms on the floor. Now breathe in and lift your head and chest off the floor. Hold for 5 seconds, then slowly lower your head and chest as you breathe out. Repeat 10 times. When you rush from one meeting to another, your brain is always busy and you get tired and stressed. Try a power nap. Just sit comfortably, close your eyes, and relax for about 20 minutes. Now, I know that a lot of you are going to have lunch at your desk today. So here's the final piece of advice. Don't. If your body sends blood to your brain so that you can work, it won't send enough blood to your stomach. So you'll eat too much and you'll put on weight.
They will get to know each other. I hope you'll be happy together. We really enjoy each other's company. She's my best friend. You've got a great relationship.
They're stuck in a traffic jam. There's been an accident. The road is blocked. The car has broken down. The traffic lights aren't working. The tunnel is flooded. The train is delayed. All trains are cancelled. The bridge is closed. There's a queue at the ticket office.
One morning, Mrs. Willard Lovell was outside her house in Berkeley, California. She wasn't happy because she'd locked herself out by accident. She'd left her keys inside the house, and now she couldn't get in. She walked round the house. Had she left a window open, perhaps? No, she hadn't. Then the postman arrived with a letter. Her brother, Watson, had posted it the previous day. Inside the envelope, there was a key to her front door. Watson had stayed with Mrs. Lovell the week before. She'd given him a key, and he hadn't given it back. So he'd posted it to her.
My name's Christoph. Last Tuesday I worked very late because some important visitors had arrived. When I finally left the office, I hurried to the station and caught the last train home at 11:45. It was warm on the train, so I took off my jacket. I tried to stay awake, but it had been a long day, and I soon fell asleep. When I woke up, we were in a station. I knew that my station was the first stop, so I grabbed my briefcase and ran to the door. I got off just in time, and the train moved away.
I'd like to book a flight, please. Are there any later flights?
The 13:45 flight is via Amsterdam. Do you want business class or economy class? There are seats available on that flight. The return flight is fully booked.
Sweet, sour, salty, spicy, mild, strong, crisp, soft, juicy, dry, fresh, off.
It's Tuesday today, isn't it? You can't swim, can you? We've seen that film, haven't we? He won't be at the meeting, will he? They weren't on holiday, were they? She's got a brother, hasn't she?
You've had Indian food before, haven't you, Stefan?
No, I haven't. It's very hot and spicy, isn't it?
Some of it is. India's a very big country, so there are lots of different kinds of food.
I don't mind spicy food. What do you recommend?
Well, there's the chicken Kashmiri. That's chicken in a mild and creamy sauce. The sauce is made with pineapples and bananas, so it's quite sweet too.
No, I'm not very fond of bananas.
You look familiar. We haven't met before, have we? I know your face. I thought I recognized you. I never forget a face. I'm sure I've seen her before.
An earthquake. A volcanic eruption. A tsunami. A flood. A drought. A famine. An avalanche. A hurricane. Pollution. A war. A forest fire. An explosion.
I won't mind if the world gets warmer. I live in a cold country. If we get better weather, people here will be very happy. However, if I lived in a hot country, I would be very worried.
We live on an island. If global warming continues, the sea level will rise and this island will disappear. We wouldn't be on the island now if we had more money. My husband and I would move to somewhere safer.
If you heard that a tornado was approaching, what would you do? Tornadoes can be very dangerous. Tornado winds can be over 400 kilometers an hour and can destroy a building in seconds. One thing that most people wouldn't do is get in their car and drive towards the tornado. but Enrique Gomez would. He's a storm chaser. Tornadoes usually happen together with thunderstorms, so Enrique studies weather forecasts and looks for possible storms. If he finds one, he'll try to get as close as possible to it. Why does Enrique do it? He's a meteorologist. He wants to learn more about tornadoes and why they happen. It's dangerous work. Apart from the high winds, there's usually lightning and heavy rain, which causes floods. However, those aren't the biggest dangers. When Enrique finds his storm, there will be other storm chasers there too. All these people are chasing the storm in their cars, and they're all watching the sky, says Enrique. So, what's the biggest danger? Car accidents.
I've got a reservation in the name of Davis. I'd like a non-smoking room, please.
Could you fill in your details on the form, please? Could you sign it at the bottom? Could I take a credit card, please? Would you like a newspaper? Breakfast is served from 7 to 10:30. Do you need any help with your luggage? Enjoy your stay.
How much are the headphones? I like these ones. We haven't got any homework today. I've got some good news.
Do we need all this equipment?
Are there any scales in the bathroom?
That's our luggage on the trolley.
Is that you with the microphone, Ryan?
Yes, it is.
Did you used to be a singer?
No, I didn't. That's at one of our karaoke nights. We used to have them every Friday.
What? Here at the coffee shop? When was that?
Oh, about 10 years ago, I suppose.
Oh, I didn't used to come here in those days. Why don't you have them now?
When Cindy started singing, everybody used to leave.
My name's Martin. I'm from England, but when I was a teenager, we used to live near Munich in Germany. My father used to work for a car company there. There was a tennis club near our house, and I used to go there most days after school. I didn't play a lot, but I used to collect balls for the players. One of the players there, his name was Conrad, was very good. He decided to try his luck as a professional tennis player, and he asked me to be his assistant. For the next year, I travelled all over Europe. There were a lot of competitions. For the bigger tournaments, we used to travel on Friday. Saturday and Sunday were usually practice days, and the competition itself normally used to start on Monday. I used to come home between competitions.
She's changed a lot. I can remember when she was still at school. Doesn't time fly? Did you used to come here in those days? That seems a long time ago now. What's happened to that Australian guy? What's he up to these days? Murder. A murderer. To murder somebody. Burglary. A burglar. To burgle a house. Vandalism. A vandal. To vandalize something. Assault. An attacker. To assault somebody. Blackmail. A blackmailer. To blackmail somebody. Car theft. A car thief. To steal a car.
When Maggie Stone went out yesterday, a thief was watching her house. After she had driven away, he burgled the house. While he was stealing things, he suddenly smelt smoke. Maggie had left the cooker on and a saucepan was burning. The burglar turned off the cooker and threw a wet towel over the saucepan. When Maggie came home, the burglar was running away. When she went indoors, she found that he had stolen her laptop and some jewellery. But he had also put out the fire in her kitchen.
Magnus Randolph was a rich man. At 2:30 yesterday afternoon, he went to his study for a nap. 20 minutes later, he was dead. My name's Jack Lonsdale, and I'm a detective. When I arrived at the scene, Randolph was sitting in an armchair. There was a gun on the floor next to his right hand. There were 3 people at the house yesterday. Randolph's assistant, Belinda Wells, his niece, Caroline Turner, and her husband, Aston. The victim died at exactly 2:51. Belinda and Aston had been for a walk and were just coming back to the house when they heard a gun. The gardener saw them. When they heard the shot, they ran into the house. They went to the study. Caroline was already there. She hadn't gone for a walk. She had gone to her room to write some emails. Her laptop was still in her room. It showed that she had sent an email at 2:51. It was a very big house, and there wasn't time to work on her laptop in her room, then go down to the study and shoot her uncle. Everyone had an alibi. However, everyone also had a motive to murder Magnus Randolph. Nobody liked him. So, was one of them a murderer?
This is very inconvenient.
I'm sorry about that.
This is completely unacceptable.
We've got no record of your booking.
I shall write and make a formal complaint.
I can only apologize.
I certainly won't be using your company again.
I'm afraid there's nothing I can do.
Put on. Take off.
Fill in. Cut out.
Pick up. Turn down.
Throw away. Give back.
In 1992, a cargo ship was hit by a storm in the Pacific Ocean. 12 of its containers were thrown into the sea by the waves. Inside one of the containers, there were 29,000 plastic bath toys, yellow ducks, green frogs, and blue turtles. Since then, the toys have been carried around the world by ocean currents. They have been found in Australia, South America, and even in Europe. The toys have been studied by scientists, and we've learnt a lot about ocean currents. However, it is not all good news. Eventually, the toys will break up and the plastic will be eaten by fish and birds. Many of these animals will die as a result. Every year, 2,000 to 10,000 containers are lost at sea. Consequently, the sea is polluted by chemicals. If we are not careful, life in the sea will be destroyed. Then, plastic ducks, frogs, and turtles will be the only animals left in the water.
With our modern interest in the environment, farming is important. But not all farms produce food. Pierre Kimitete lives in Tahiti. He's a pearl farmer. Are most pearls produced on farms now, Pierre?
Yes, they are. Pearls have been worn for thousands of years. Divers used to look for them in the sea, but today most are produced by pearl farmers.
How is a pearl produced?
All pearls are made by oysters. A small piece of shell is put inside the oyster. The oyster doesn't like that, so it covers the piece of shell with mother-of-pearl to protect itself, and slowly the pearl is made.
How long does it take?
About 2 or 3 years. The oysters are kept in baskets in the sea, and we turn the baskets regularly to make nice round pearls.
It seems that Jordan's very busy with his new job. Apparently, it's all going well. Cindy tells me that the restaurant's been booked. I hear that Melanie's been accepted by an American university. I understand that he's gone to your Paris office.
Sensible. Reliable. Patient. Modest. Honest. Tidy. Cheerful. Polite. Kind. Sociable. Easygoing. Ambitious. Sensitive. Loyal.
Will she be late?
Yes, possibly.
She might be late.
Will it snow tomorrow?
Yes, definitely.
It will snow tomorrow.
Will she get the job?
Yes, possibly.
She might get the job.
Will the boss be here tomorrow?
Yes, definitely.
The boss will be here tomorrow.
When do you feel best? A. In the morning. B. In the afternoon or early evening. C. Late at night. Do you usually walk? A. Slowly, often with your head down. B. Quickly. C. Moderately, with your head up. When you talk to people, do you A. Put your hands together. B. Fold your arms. C. Play with your ear or touch your chin. When something amuses you, do you A. Smile. B. Laugh quietly. C. Laugh loudly.
Do you like this painting?
Yes, I do.
So do I.
Oh, I don't.
The bride and groom are getting married. They're having the wedding at a registry office. The wedding guests are throwing confetti. The bride is carrying a bouquet. She's wearing a wedding ring. They've had the reception. They're going on their honeymoon.
Lucy likes to give presents to all her friends at Christmas. Last year, she gave Cindy and Ryan a glass vase. They didn't really like it, however, so Cindy gave it to her mother for her birthday. Cindy's mother has only got a small flat, and she didn't have room for it. Jordan helped her with her computer, so she gave the vase to him to say thank you.
Coins are part of weddings in many countries. In Mexico, it is traditional for the groom to give the bride 13 coins. The coins mean that the groom promises to support his new wife. In China, the groom gives money too. It's wrapped in red paper or put in a red envelope. However, he doesn't give it to the bride. He gives it to the bride's friends to thank them for letting her go. In Sudan, the groom traditionally receives a present from his future mother-in-law. She gives him a garland of flowers to welcome him into the family. In Vietnam, on the other hand, it's the groom's mother who gives presents. She gives them to the bride's parents. She gives a plant. This shows respect. She also gives them something pink. Pink is the colour of happiness.
What do you think he wants?
I've got no idea.
Perhaps he's going to offer the job to you.
It's more likely that he's going to give me the sack. Whatever he wants, I'll find out this afternoon.
My name's Jason. I'm an undergraduate student at Newcastle University. I'm studying for a degree in law. It's a 3-year course, and I'm in my second year at the moment. In my first year, I had a room on campus, but I live off campus now. I share a house with 5 other students. On most days, I attend 1 or 2 lectures. I take notes, and then at the end of the lecture, the lecturer usually gives us a reading list and an assignment. A week later, we have a seminar in a small group. One of the students has to read his or her assignment, and we talk about it.
Have you been waiting long? No, I haven't. Where's Peter? He'll be here in a minute. Oh, here he is now. What's he been doing? He's been looking for somewhere to park.
Sorry we're late.
It's okay. I haven't been waiting long. Anyway, I've been reading this book. It's called Improve Your Memory. It's really good.
Oh, right. Well, come on. The show starts in 10 minutes. Have you got the tickets?
The tickets? Oh no! I've forgotten them. I've left them at home.
I would like to apply for the post of operations manager. As part of my studies, I had a work placement. I was promoted to the position of assistant manager. I was in charge of a department of 6 people. I'm responsible for publicity. I have a qualification in Spanish. I've done courses in human resources and in marketing. I feel the need for a new challenge. Guess what? Have you heard? I've got some good news. I've got some bad news, I'm afraid.
That's wonderful news. I'm very pleased to hear that.
Oh dear. That's very sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Make a phone call. Make a mistake. Make a drink. Make a decision. Make a film. Make friends. Do some photocopying. Do the housework. Do the shopping. Do judo. Do a course. Do some damage.
My car broke down yesterday, so I couldn't drive to work. I had to take the bus. It isn't a serious problem, so I won't have to buy a new car. The car will be ready today, so I'll be able to collect it after work, and then I won't have to go by bus again tomorrow.
Why did Hollywood in California become the centre of the film industry?
Well, the weather was very good there, so they could make films outside all year round.
I see. Now, today, films can take years to make, but in the early days, film companies made them very quickly, didn't they?
Yes, they did. In fact, Charlie Chaplin, the world's first movie star, once made 8 films in just 2 months.
Wow! How were they able to do that?
Well, there were 2 reasons. Firstly, films were still very short, only about 6 to 10 minutes long. And secondly, they were silent, so directors didn't have to worry about noise. In fact, film companies could make 2 films in the same street at the same time.
Does that mean that we won't be able to use it? Are you saying that we'll have to film it in 6 weeks? Don't tell me that you'll have to work that weekend.
Yes, unfortunately. Yes, I'm afraid so. Yes, it looks like it.
I enjoy driving, but I've given up going to work by car. The traffic's terrible, and I can't stand sitting in traffic jams. I don't mind going by train, because I can read. In fact, I've just finished reading War and Peace. But the trains are usually crowded. I try to avoid travelling in the rush hour, but sometimes I don't fancy getting up that early. I can't imagine doing it for years.
Jonas Paulson, 47, loves paragliding. But when he went paragliding last week, he didn't expect to be gone for 3 days. He jumped off a mountain in Norrbotten in Sweden. However, he landed in a forest, and he spent the next 3 days 30 metres up a tree. There were people looking for me, he said, but the weather was very bad. After 3 days, I saw a helicopter flying over the forest. Then I heard a dog barking. When I looked down, there was a man looking up at me.
One day, in Africa, an old dog wandered into the forest. Soon he was a long way from home. When he stopped to have a rest, he saw something moving. There was a young leopard coming towards him. He looked around and saw some bones on the ground. The old dog sat down and started to chew them. When he heard the leopard approaching, he stopped chewing the bones, stood up and said, That leopard was delicious, but it was very small. I could eat another one." When he heard this, the leopard stopped and walked quietly away. There was a young monkey sitting in a tree. He saw all this happening. "That old dog has just tricked the leopard," he thought. "If I go and tell the leopard, maybe he'll be my friend and he'll stop trying to eat me." The old dog saw the monkey following the leopard. Soon, as he expected, the old dog saw the leopard running towards him with the monkey on his back. The old dog sat down and waited for them. When they were close enough to hear, he stood up and said loudly, "Where's that monkey? I'm hungry, and I sent him to bring me another leopard half an hour ago."
Would you like to go? Do you want to see it? Shall we go out? Why don't we stay in? Do you fancy meeting here? How about going by bus?
I don't want to go out. I don't feel like going out. I can't make that. I can't manage that. That's out for me. That's no good for me. A court. A pitch. A player. A team. A goalkeeper. A referee. A net. A goal. A bat. A racket. A ball.
I like all kinds of sport, but tennis is the sport that I like best. I'm a member of a club that's very close to my flat, so I play several times a week. In this picture, I'm holding a cup that I won 2 years ago. I was pleased to win it, because the player that I beat in the final was very good. One sport that I can't do at all is ice skating, but I like to watch it on TV.
"Now," said the professor, "this glass jar represents your life. The golf balls represent the things that are really important: your family, your health, and your favorite free time activity. The stones are the things that are quite important, but replaceable: your house or your job. The sand is everything else, the ordinary, everyday things that we all have in our lives, but which aren't really important. If you fill the jar with sand and stones, there's no room for the golf balls. It's the same with life.
I'll take it tomorrow if I have time. There are so many things I need to do. I'm already doing something. They'll have to do without me. I promised to go. I don't want to let her down. It can wait.
Bored with. Apply for. Tired of. Suffering from. Think about. Look at. Similar to. Interested in.
If she hadn't eaten too much, she wouldn't have felt sick.
He wouldn't have missed his appointment if he had got up on time.
If I hadn't gone to the party, I wouldn't have met my boyfriend.
I wouldn't have complained about the taxi if it hadn't arrived late.
If it had been warm, we would have gone out.
If you had worked hard, you would have passed your exams.
I got married to a guy I met at university. I was 21 and we were in love. We had our first child a year later, and we've got 3 children now. Sometimes I wish that I'd done more and seen more of life before I got married. I feel jealous when friends talk about the things they did in their 20s. While they were travelling and going to parties, I was looking after babies. But I don't regret it.
We're having a party on Friday the 29th of March. We'd be very pleased if you could join us. Looking forward to seeing you. Look forward to seeing you.
Thank you very much for the invitation to your party. We'd love to come. Sorry we won't be able to make it. I'm afraid we won't be able to make it.
Terminal. Check in. Boarding card. Passport control. Go through security. Check. The departure lounge. The departure gate. Board the plane. Hand luggage. An overhead locker. Fasten your seat belt. The passengers. The plane takes off. The flight attendants. The pilot. The plane lands. The cabin crew.
I wonder if they've arrived. I wonder if the plane was late. I wonder if she's taking the train. I wonder if Jordan phoned. I wonder if we'll be landing soon. I wonder if he likes flying.
Morning, Rosa. It's Henry. Can you tell me whether you've booked the flight to Athens yet? Something's come up, and I can't leave till Friday now. Can you let me know as soon as possible, please? Thanks. Bye.
Can I have a word? What's on your mind? Thanks, I really appreciate it. I understand the situation. That's fair enough.
My name's Nina and I work in an office. I get my salary monthly. It's paid into my bank account directly by my employer. I spend most of my salary on essentials like rent, food, clothes and transport. There isn't a lot left after that for luxuries, and I try to save something every month. I keep my savings in a different account where I earn interest on my money. I'm saving up for a car at the moment. It's taking a long time, so I might apply for a loan, but the interest rate is quite high and I can't afford it at the moment.
She said that she had just moved to London. She said that she had been in France with her husband for 10 years. She said that they were divorced now. She said that she had come back so that she could be near her parents. She said that they were getting very old. She said that I still looked the same. She said that she was trying to find a flat. She said that she wanted to buy a house, but she couldn't afford it.
People should be very careful with any information about themselves. Criminals can use it to withdraw money from accounts, buy things on the internet, and even open new accounts in someone else's name. Sometimes they steal documents, like passports and driving licenses. But we also make things very easy for them. For example, Fred told me that he didn't destroy old bank statements, credit card receipts, gas, telephone and electricity bills, etc., but just threw them in the rubbish bin.
Cashier number 3, please. What can I do for you today?
Could I pay this cheque into my account, please?
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I'd like to open a savings account, please.
You'll need to speak to one of our advisors about that. Somebody will be with you shortly.
Hello. My name's Dora Ivir. I'm 35 years old and I'm from Croatia. I live in the city of Dubrovnik in the south of Croatia. I'm an accountant and I work for a company that makes office furniture. I'm married. My husband, Rudolf, works in a hospital as a radiologist. We've got 2 children, a son and a daughter. In my free time, I play tennis, I do yoga, and I go sailing with my family.